Well, on the topic of substandard examination papers, up next is Action TV. The Acting Education Secretary of the North Central Province Ministry of Education said before the Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission yesterday that he would inform them next Thursday as to whether he will rescind the decision made to transfer 6 officials attached to the Provincial Department of Education in violation of procedure. The Acting Secretary made this statement when a complaint lodged with the Human Rights Commission by the 6 officials in question, in which the Acting Secretary and the Provincial Director of Education are cited as respondents, was taken up yesterday. While 116 persons currently hold positions within the North Central Province Education Administration system, only 8 of these officials are actually qualified to hold these positions. The 6 officials who received transfers effective from the 1st of July are among the 8 qualified officials. Although the Human Rights Commission made recommendations on several occasions in 2008 and 2011 for the strengthening of the Provincial Education Administration system, these recommendations were not implemented as intended. The 6 officials who lodged the complaint that was taken up by the Commission yesterday were incidentally issued transfers by the Provincial Director of Education in line with a direct written order issued by the Acting Secretary of Education in the North Central Province. The promise made by the Acting Secretary before the Human Rights Commission yesterday makes it evident that the transfers were politically motivated. This is because the Acting Secretary informed the Commission yesterday that he would announce next Thursday whether the transfers would be rescinded following discussions with the North Central Province Minister of Education. For several years now, the North Central Province has been ranked last among the 9 provinces when it comes to education development. By the provincial political authorities to save face following the damage that has been caused to education in the province owing to the actions of improperly appointed officials could also be considered to be politically motivated. The end-of-term art question paper that was provided to Year 12 students on Wednesday is a prime example of the capabilities and responsibility of an unqualified official who has been improperly appointed. The contents of the art question paper that caused ripples of laughter to arise among the students on Wednesday affirms that the responsible party has not even taken care to properly photocopy the first term question paper. The individual who holds the position of director for the art subject, which is an education administrative position, is a teacher with primary level training. A total of 3 years and 4 months have now passed since the Ombudsman recommended to the provincial education authorities that a qualified individual be appointed to the position of director for the art subject instead of the unqualified individual who was improperly appointed to the position.
Errors in examination papers. Several recent incidents in the public spotlight once again. Provided with answer scripts along with the question papers for end-of-term examinations in the North Central Province. Ordinary level students in Anamadu receive a question paper with numerous errors. Students in the Piliyandala Zone 2 receive question papers with errors. Why is it that the future of this nation is being so frivolously toyed with?
Let's now take a look at today's newspaper cartoon of the day.
In more local news, a group of parents staged a demonstration opposite President's College in Kotte.
The parents staged a protest against the newly appointed principal to the school. We need a principal from the administrative service. We don't need principals from provincial councils. These parents ask that the education of 3,500 students be secured. Direct the talented chief administrator to grade 2 in the education administrative service. Meanwhile, another group of parents staged a demonstration opposite the Prince of Wales College in Mortua in support of the school principal who was suspended. The group raised the objections to the newly appointed principal.
मैं विद्यालय नुसुसुदु विद्वालपति वरे
There were reports that a principal unsuitable to hold the position will be arriving here. We don't need such principals. Sampath Beheragoda is an asset to this school. We want him back. Officials of the Ministry of Education made a promise that investigations will be conducted with the presence of this principal. Minister Jeevan Kumar Tunga also arrived at the location at the time of the demonstration. We cannot interfere with the decisions of the Public Service Commission. We held discussions with the President and the Minister of Education. The acting principal will overlook operations at the school until investigations concluded. The principal will be reinstated once the investigations conclude.
On tonight's Words of Wisdom, we bring you the thoughts of the 35th US President John F. Kennedy.
The goal of education is the advancement of knowledge and the dissemination of truth. John F. Kennedy, the 35th US President. Numerous reports suggest that parliamentarian Dayasiri Jayasekara is preparing to contest the provincial council elections on the UPFA ticket. Now, if Dayasiri crosses over, what will be the reason? Is it because of the UNP leader, or is it because Dayasiri agrees with government policies? This was the question we posed to our multi-platform audience throughout the day today, and the following are the results of the online and SMS opinion polls. Well, as you can see, 70% are of the opinion that if MP Dayasiri Jayasekara crosses over, it will be because of the UNP leader. 30% are of the opinion that if he crosses over, it is because he agrees with government policies. Well, the poll is still open. You can log on to www.newsfirst.lk and take part in this opinion poll. You can also SMS your opinions to us. If you believe that MP Dayasiri Jayasekara may join the alliance because of the UNP leader, then SMS news space 1 and send to 7788. If you believe that MP Dayasiri Jayasekara may join the alliance because he agrees with government policies, then SMS news space 2 and send to 7788. The number once again, 7788.
Brought to you by Lanka Bell introduces Bell Enterprise Solution Technology. Get the best by your side.
On business news tonight, latest reports released by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka indicates a 1.5% drop in the country's export income during the month of May. Data indicates that agriculture income had dropped drastically by 6.8%. The latest data released by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka on international transactions indicates that exports income, which stood at $806 million in May 2012 has dropped to $793.9 million in May this year. The drop in export income can be mainly attributed to the decline in agriculture exports, while tea exports fell by a staggering 8.3% in the month of May alone this year. Industrial exports rose by 0.4%, while a 2.1% increase in export income was generated from the apparel sector. However, during the month of May, rubber-related products had declined by 8%, and food and beverages had fallen by 34%. Data released by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka notes that export income during the first 5 months this year has dropped by 6.6% when compared to the same period last year. Agriculture exports, industrial exports and mineral exports had also dropped by 4.8%, 6.8% and 68.6% respectively.
On to cricket news. Sri Lanka cricket team's youngest captain Dinesh Chandimal will lead the team in the absence of regular skipper Angelo Matthews for the first 2 matches of the 5-match ODI series against South Africa. Chandimal said that he is ready to lead the team to victory in tomorrow's first encounter of the series at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo.
The two teams were seen sweating it out at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo today. Speaking at a media briefing, Sri Lanka stand-in skipper Dinesh Chandimal said that TM Dilshan and Lahiru Tirimana have now fully recovered from injury. Dilshan has now recovered. He went through a physical test today, so I think he will be available to play. Tirimana picked up an injury in the finals of the Caribbean Prize Series, but now he too has recovered. Journalists raised questions regarding Chandimal's poor form in the recently concluded. I failed to perform as a batsman in the last 2 ODI tournaments. I have nothing to lose. All I have to do is to perform well as a batsman and lead the team well and improve myself.
With that, we wrap up Prime Time News. I'm Stephanie Lazarus.
And I'm Nadim Majid. Good night and good luck.
Hotline 0114-896-896 www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.